Do I own 3 residences? Yeah, I do. I live here in Burlington, Vermont. We live in a middle-class neighborhood. Nice house. Guess what? I'm a United States Senator, and I own a home in Washington, D.C., as do most senators. You know, you live there year after year. When I first when I was in Congress for 16 years, I rented all the time. But I got elected. Okay, you got a 6-year term. You know what? Let's buy a house. So we bought a house. And guess what? Like many thousands of people in the state of Vermont, I have a summer camp. It's a nice one on Lake Champlain.
You're a phony. I hate phony.
Oh, what?
That's it.
You know, if you think about, because your message has always been consistent, you've spoken this way since you first came on the scene for a very long time, and you've always been clear about it. You could almost make a case that the true inheritor of the Sanders revolution is Trump. He's the most socialist president of my lifetime.
It's a good thing this is on Comedy Central. Jon Stewart is talking to Bernie Sanders, and he just said that President Trump was the most socialist president he's ever seen, and that he's been taking Bernie Sanders' ideas. I had to stop it. What? What? Actually, to tell you the truth, and you're going to find out here in a second, Bernie Sanders has actually been taking Trump's ideas. And the same ideas I've been telling you.
Taking a percentage of companies to do business, that's a Bernie Sanders idea.
Yep. Yeah.
Doing a Trump RX where the government is involved in selling pharmaceuticals, that's a Bernie Sanders idea.
It's not only some of his policies, some of his other policies, let's not forget, is throwing 15 million people off the healthcare they have.
People. 15 million people. People. You got it? It's people. It's not Americans, it's people. Okay. Just so you know. People.
And doubling healthcare premium.
He's not perfect.
And giving a
I didn't say he was perfect.
Giving $1 trillion in tax breaks to the 1%.
Is it frustrating that the thing that you fought for your whole career, Democrats are the ones who run away from scared, and he's embraced some of it.
Yeah, that's true. All right. So what do we got to do?
So Bernie just said, yeah. I'm telling you, that studio audience must have looked around and went, what in the hell is he talking about? I'm pretty sure some of you went, what? What in the hell is he talking about? So now they're trying to put the whole Bernie Sanders AOC Mondami thing and try to say, well, that's actually Trump who's the problem. He's a communist. Just go ahead and put up a sign and say, we lost. We have no idea how to deal with this guy. Can we just call it a day? You know, call it stupid people running the government on the Democrat side of things. They got no clue. Now you're going to call Trump a socialist.
Democrats find themselves in a place we've shut down the government to protect subsidies for an insurance marketplace that funnels $800 billion a year into the pockets of all these insurance companies. Have Democrats box themselves into a corner fighting for a system that ultimately, to get the thing that you want, that I think the American people want, they're going to have to abandon.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Bernie didn't expect that he was going to a public execution right here. First of all, Trump's a socialist. He took your ideas. And the next thing is, you guys are fighting for the ability to give insurance companies $850 billion. You know, Bernie's like, oh man, just put me in a blender now. Just retire me.
Look, here's where we are right now, and I think it's not been made as clear as it should. If Trump gets away with what he wants, we are looking at 15 million people losing their health.
15 million people. 15 million people. Just keep saying it, Bernie. Just keep coming back to it, no matter what Jon Stewart says, no matter what any host says. Just keep coming back to 15 million people. This arbitrary number of 15 million people. You know what's funny about the 15 million people that Jon Stewart, nobody ever asks? He's going to say you're also going to make a gazillion people die. What happens if they just go back home? Why do they stay here if it's so bad? You can't have health care here. You're all going to die. Maybe we need to head back to Tijuana, huh? Maybe we need to get the hell out of here. Why would I stay if it's so bad? Bernie, you're telling everybody it's awful here. Everyone's going to die. Well, if I was watching that, I'm like, well, maybe I need to go back. Maybe it wasn't so bad where I came from.
Health insurance. And according to studies, John, 50,000 low-income and working-class people dying.
50,000 working and low-income people. He's not obfuscating. He's making sure he's making that distinction. And some study, I can do that. Well, I got some study that says, if these people go home, everything will be fine. If they just go ahead and get on a donkey and get the hell out of here and put, Jimmy on the back of the donkey and go together, and the Latina, put her on the back of the donkey, and all y'all can ride off together, then you won't die. You won't have to worry about big meanie Trump. Why aren't you telling people that? You know what? We don't want to see you get arrested on the street. Hey, we're going to give you some extra donkeys, okay?
Yeah, unnecessary.
Based on lack of accessibility to health.
Right.
Is that what you're saying?
If you're low income, you're working class, you don't have any health, you have a chronic ill, you died. That's what.
They just pick stuff out the sky. You get sick and you die. Well, there's a long way away from get sick and die. Bernie, can we talk about that? If you get sick, you're over here. You die, you're over here. There's a long way between getting sick and dying. And you're saying if the newcomers don't have health insurance, 50,000 of them are going to die. How in the hell would you possibly know that?
But they're saying, on top of that, all over the country,
Very clear. You do die anyway. It's just...
Oh, John, why'd you do him like that, man? Why did you do him like that? Think about it. He just turned and looked at his own. You're going to die anyway. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Bernie doesn't even know what... Bernie, you're the butt of a joke right now, and you don't know it.
You die anyway, but you don't have to die. You don't have to die
that way
just because you can't get to a doctor. That is disgusting.
Right.
All right. And then on top of that, because of the cuts to the ACA, you're looking at some 20 plus million people seeing a doubling of their premiums at a time when they can't even...
Dude is picking numbers out of the air. And another... Wait. So if half of them are going to die, then what about the other 20 million? Where are they coming from? These people here, they're going to see their ACA subsidies go double, while the other 1.5 million, 15 million, there ain't that many. Or are you telling us there's that many? Are you telling us there's 30 or 40 million? Dude, you're digging yourself a ditch here, bro.
For healthcare right now.
Right.
All right. So your point is this a good system? No. But
Is this a good system to defend?
To defend today, yes.
Capital.
All right.
Okay.
But obviously,
right.
it is a system designed to make huge profits for the insurance companies and the drug companies.
Right.
Period. We have got to move to a Medicare for all single payer program. Absolutely.
They're going to die on that hill too. Everybody gets up. I understand the communist utopia, but at some point they got to give up the ghost, man. This isn't Cuba. It's not going to happen. You're not going to force people to do it. You got close with the Obamacare thing, but now that's falling apart. You're realizing replacing Obamacare is going to be a nightmare. I don't know what you're going to do.
Party that you caucus with.
Yes.
How did that happen?
Okay, I'll tell you.
Why do they not like you and trust you right now?
Well, I think independents are a different story than Democrats. For right now,
You realize if somebody says, how long has it been since you beat your wife the last time? Bernie didn't even catch that. They don't like you. The guy made a statement as a question by saying, how long has it been since you beat your wife? I'm implying in my question that you beat your wife. He didn't say, do you beat your wife? He said, when's the last time you beat your wife? And then Bernie didn't even stop. He just ran with it. These people don't like you. How come they don't like... Hey, man, who says they don't like me? He can't focus.
I think the answer is people looking around them. Can they afford health care? No. What have the Democrats thought about that? Not a whole lot. Can their kids afford to go to child care? Well, no, child care is outrageously expensive. What about...
How about not having them? There's a novel idea. Don't have the kids you can't afford to take care of. Huh. I could have had a V8. Oh my gosh, it's so simple. How about teaching them that? Don't run around like barn animals. Don't do it. You can't afford it.
Housing. How are we doing on housing? Nobody in America can afford housing right now. Housing costs are...
Nobody? Nobody in America can afford housing right now. You know, I would go there, but then people get mad at me with the whole real estate thing. When people say housing is overpriced. No, it's not. Because if housing was overpriced, none of them would ever sell. None of them would ever sell. I can tell you right now, as I was talking to you guys about this, the red knife, and they're giving away for free. If I told you this knife was $900, you probably wouldn't buy it. More than likely, not even probably, you wouldn't buy it if I said this was $900. But if I told you that this knife was President Trump used it to cut something in the roof of the construction, and he's auctioned off this knife, and then it's got value to some people. Housing is not overpriced. Can't convince me of that. I could have an argument with you all day or night, because if it's overpriced, then it wouldn't sell. So if it doesn't sell, the price comes down. I'm about to find out that in about a week. I got a house that we just bought, and I told you we're going to put it on the market. I'm going to put it on the market for X price, and we're going to see what happens based upon everything in the market. If I get a bunch of offers, I went in too low. If I don't get any offers, I went in too high. It's only overpriced if I don't get offers. It's very simple.
Michael, you want to get your kids to eat decent food and not junk food so they don't become obese? Go to the grocery store. Find out how much it costs for decent quality food. What about rural America? Our hospitals are shutting down. So this country faces many crises. And I think a lot of working class people said, look, Trump is crazy. He lies all the time, but at least he's going to do something. Where are the Democrats? And the Democrats have got to make a very fundamental decision. Do you stand with the struggling working class, 60% of whom are living paycheck to paycheck?
I got a stat for you. Hey, Bernie, how long have that 60% been living paycheck to paycheck? You got any studies in that book of studies that you have? How long has it been that so many people in the workforce are working or living paycheck to paycheck? We've heard that term for quite some time. They live in paycheck to paycheck. He just said 60%. How many of that 60% have been working paycheck to paycheck? 10 years? 20 years? So in that 10 or 20 years that this 60% have been working paycheck to paycheck, have you done nothing to help them not work paycheck to paycheck? See, Democrats won't talk to me because it's an easy question. I'm like, well, if the problem is people are working paycheck to paycheck, it's not giving them free stuff. The answer is help them not work from paycheck to paycheck. Show them how they can make more money. I'm not making it up. It's very simple. There's only two ways you can improve your life. You either reduce your expenses or you raise your income. That's it. So if you're working paycheck to paycheck right now yourself, you could see if you can reduce your expenses. If you can't reduce your expenses, then your expenses stay here, and your only option is to increase this side. There's your prescription. Make more money or cut some expenses. That's it. The government shouldn't be involved. What the hell are you talking about, Bernie? We got to stop these people who are working paycheck to paycheck. They don't need to be. Show them how to make more money. You ever watch, what's his name? Mike Lowe, who does dirty jobs and stuff. Show these people in the hood that they can go, work under foundations and clean out rats. Oh, you want to do that, huh? Make a whole bunch of money. Show them that they can work on oil rigs. I don't want to do that. Show them where the money is. You remember Sam Kinison? I should play that next time we're on Rumble. And he tells that joke. And he's like, we have poor people. We just take them to where the food is. You see this? This is sand. You know what's going to be in 100 years? Sand. Why do we keep doing trick or treat for UNICEF when these people keep living in deserts? Take them to where the damn food is. Take these people and show them how to make more money. Oh, there's a novel thing. Actually help them become more vocationally valuable. Why does no Democrat ever talk about that? How can I help you, Fred, make, an extra 10% each week? Maybe an extra 20% this week. Instead of just telling me, millionaires and billionaires.
To survive. Are you prepared to take on the oligarchy, the Musks and the Bezos who have never had it so good? Live in a society where the top 1% owns more wealth than the bottom 93%. Those are the issues we've got to put on the table.
Senator, you always bring an affirmative case. That is true. A lot of Democrats don't, and you say what you want to happen, and it's all in the book. People should pick it up.
Yeah, Senator Bernie Sanders, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Fight oligarchy is out.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Bernie, the socialist, was on television hawking his new book. I don't think you guys saw that in time. Hold on. Let me see if I can rewind that. Here, hold on.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Fight.
Bernie's selling a new book. Hey, buy my new book, Fighting Oligarchy, by paying me to show you how I'm fighting oligarchy. So I'm actually a capitalist. I'm masquerading at night as a socialist. I can't make this up. And the new book in stores tomorrow is Fighting Oligarchy by Bernie Sanders. Oh my God. You guys see this now? You understand how many people are being played out there? Absolutely played. The dude's hawking a book, making money. He ain't giving it away. You can go to Barnes & Noble or Amazon and buy the new book by Bernie Sanders, Fighting Oligarchy. It doesn't say proceeds go to. Nope, he's pocketing that money. You go ahead and buy the book, Fighting Oligarchy, from Bernie Sanders. Right now, some of you guys can whip out a credit card, go to Amazon, get that damn book, give Bernie some money. Bernie has found a way to increase his income. At the same time, telling everybody else they can't. I don't think the government wrote his book for him. Oh man, I got a comment waiting for me, and I'm like, don't do it, man. Don't do it. I got to do it. There's a dude sitting here made a comment. I can't help myself. It's late. It's 10:30. I got to give it to him.
Oligarchy is out.
It's easier for the politicians in D.C. to go away from each other and say, we will win this way, while people are losing their paychecks. If Congress just said, we're not going to take our paychecks till we figure this out, that would be a noble step in the right direction. I think
not everybody can afford to do. You got some young people there with kids there.
Either can the people that aren't getting paid, though.
I think that's a fair point. I think that's a fair.
Why don't you guys do away with your paycheck? Oh, no, we can't do that. There's some young people in If you don't realize this is a game, you're not paying attention.